Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Justin Artist. Got JJ with me in the back seat. We're checking in again. We are headed to a piece of property that we just went under contract with a couple days ago. So we're going over to this piece of land to meet with a builder. This is actually a builder that was recommended by the seller. The original owner of the land, they were planning on building here, but they I think their daughters are going to live a little more further out, so they wanted to be closer to their daughters. So then now while they're selling the land, at least that's what the realtor told us. So what we want to do is get a good estimate of what the house we're going to build is going to cost, so we can have that number. Another number we know is right what we're under contract for with the land. And then we also got an appraiser coming out early next week on Monday to tell us the current value of the land, and then to see if we're overpaying for the land now, and then also the estimated value of the land once the house we want on it is built. So then we can see, okay, if we buy the land, and then we got a good estimate of what it's going to cost to build it, what is going to be the final value, and then are we going to be positive or negative there. And then from all those numbers, we can make an assessment if we want to move forward with the land. And like I said, we're in a due diligence period, which for like if you're buying a normal home, that's just where you can time to get your appraisal, get your inspection, stuff like that. And if anything big issues arise, you can always back out of the contract for like a little termination fee. Usually that's a couple $100. So ours is $250. So if we get this appraisal and estimates to build and stuff, and they're not what we want, we don't like the numbers, we can always just walk away. So just trying to do our due diligence. A couple other things that we're looking into is, one, getting a house plan. So we've always been searching around for different house plans, but we have some that we like. Then we are working with the company to make a couple modifications. The land is going to have a septic, so we are working with DHEC to get a perk test done, make sure we get the septic, and then get it designed. So we've done a few septics, so I know approximately what the cost is going to be, so I'm not too concerned about that. Verifying that the property has water, so if it has city water, we just have to do a city water tap, so we can bring the water line in. If not, we have to look into getting a well. So I've never done a well. I have done city water before, but I haven't done a well, so I had to find a guy to do that and get an estimated cost of what that would be. That's another number we need to consider. I got a list of 10 builders that I've just been searching around for the past couple days. So once we get these house plans back, I'm going to reach out to all those guys and have them give me bids as well. So we're going to do like 10 different bids so we can make sure we're getting a good range of prices, and then pick a guy from there. Other things we're doing is looking into flood insurance, so see what that'll be. So I got a quote coming for the estimated house that we're looking to build, and that's going to be crazy outrageous. We might look at not buying the property. It's also going to verify any deed restrictions. So I already talked to planning and zoning and permitting, and there shouldn't be any issues with being able to build the home there. And there's homes all around it on the adjacent lots, so I'm not too concerned about that. But we just need to verify that there aren't any deed restrictions with the home, which wouldn't allow us to bring in water or build a home or something like that. So the lawyers will be looking into that. So we just want to make sure we verify that. Other than that, though, get all these things figured out. So we have 3 or 4 weeks to get all that stuff figured out, and then we can go back and negotiate more with the seller about the purchase price, depending on the appraisals and the cost to build. Or we can walk away from the deal if any of these we can't, get a septic, or we can't bring in city water if we don't want to do a well, stuff like that. So just trying to figure all this stuff out now before we move forward with the contract. All right, I'll let you know when we get there. All right, so we made it to the land. already nice and clear. It has some pretty nice big trees on it that Jennifer likes. This is 2 acres, but it has this small narrow section that goes back out over the marsh and back to the little river back there. So that's what makes it 2 acres, but really it's like 1.2 or 1.3 usable acres up here, which is where we build the house and whatnot. The downside of the land is that the interstate is right there. So you can see, you can hear that big truck going by. It's not crazy loud, but we just have to figure out if we want to live by that or not, and if there's anything we can do to try and lessen the noise some. So yeah, the trees are very beautiful. It's not common to have this much land this close into town, and this gets us closer to Jennifer's sister, who lives over in Mount Pleasant. So Jennifer likes that, and then just closer to downtown and Mount Pleasant, stuff like that. So this is the land. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hey guys, so it's been about 3 days since we went and looked at that land. We decided to back out mainly for 3 reasons. One being the water line didn't run all the way to the lot, so we would have had to get well water, which we didn't want to do. 2 was, and the main reason was all the traffic noise from 526. During the peak times of the day, the noise was pretty loud. So we didn't want to have to deal with that and have that potentially affect the resale value of our home. So we decided to back out for that. And then the third reason was our parents all came in and looked at the land, and they each had their reservations. So taking all that into consideration, we're going to back out, and we're still going to continue to look for land in the Mount Pleasant area. So stay tuned as we try and build our dream home.